Yo, what's cracking everyone? Airship111 here and welcome to another episode of my Hot Lap Battle. Now we know that recently in Forza Horizon 3 they released the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento and a lot of you guys have requested to see this particular supercar go around our Hot Lap. Now of course we haven't chosen a new competitor to battle against the Lamborghini, however we will pick one car that is already on our leaderboards, and it's a comparison that seems to get discussed quite frequently, though they are the polar opposites, and that is the Bugatti Veyron Supersports. Okay, looking at the stats given by Forza Horizon 3, both these cars are classed at S2, with the Bugatti scoring a slightly lower overall at 934 to the Sesto Elemento's 959, but when we look at the stats individually, we can see that the Veyron is a pure speed demon, whereas the Elemento thrives in the handling department, and the rest, well, they're fairly similar to each other. Now looking at the real performance figures, the Bugatti Veyron possesses 1183 brake horsepower, which is a lot, but it also weighs over 4,000 pounds, and when we look at the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, although it may only have half of the Veyron's power, it also only weighs half as much. So when we talk about power to weight ratio, both these cars are very similar, and what makes it interesting is that they both possess the same mid-engine all-wheel drive layout. Now since the Bugatti has already been around our test track, I won't be doing an initial thoughts on the Veyron. However, if you want to hear my thoughts on that car, I'll put a link to that video in the description below. But in this video, what I'll do is go out for an initial impressions lap of the Lamborghini and then show the final hot lap, and then finally putting both hot laps in a side-by-side comparison, revealing the time that the Elemento clocked. So now it's time for me to head out for an initial impressions lap of the Sesto Elemento. Okay, so I'm in the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento right now, and the launch and acceleration is just absolutely absurd. I don't think there's another faster accelerating car than this in the game, but coming into the second corner, the Elemento isn't as easy to drive as you may think. I mean, most race cars or very track focused cars, for me at least, it's fairly easy to go around this track. The turn in and the response is really good. But with the Elemento, when you turn in, because it has all-wheel drive and the car's light, it's almost like a mixture of understeer but then ridiculously good response. So I know where I'm turning in, but unfortunately I can't turn in the sharp because of the all-wheel drive layout, and then when you exit the corner, because it's all-wheel drive, because it's so light, it's like I'm rocketing through. So the most important part about driving the Sesto Elemento is the initial turn-in. If you can get that right, then you won't have any problems driving the Lamborghini around the track. But that's the finesse of driving the Sesto Elemento. It is that initial braking and turn-in response. I mean, with the speed going through the straight here, acceleration's very quick, but because of the lack of weight and lack of horsepower, it kind of dies out fairly quickly. So that is another challenge that the Lamborghini possesses. But for me, this car is, I wouldn't say easy to drive, but it's not difficult either. But it sure does challenge you and reminds you that this is a track focused car and you have to focus on driving fast. Nonetheless, here is the hot lap done by the Sesto Elemento. So now it's time to compare the hot lap with the Bugatti Veyrons and then reveal the time that the Elemento clock and where it ranks in comparison to some of our fastest cars that have gone around our test track. With the Sesto Elemento clocking a lap time of 52.920 seconds, it now ranks itself in 8th position, faster than the Aston Martin Vulcan, Lamborghini Veneno, the Radical RXC Turbo, and the Centenario, and of course it defeated the Bugatti Veyron Supersport by nearly an entire second. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of my Hot Lap Battle, but before I conclude this video, if you would like to be a part of my subscriber showcase drag races, make sure to firstly be subscribed to my channel, and secondly, add me on Xbox. My gamer tag is EricShip. All the information in terms of how to join, when I'll have the open lobby, what themes we're going to be having, will all be organized on my activity feeds, so make sure to stay tuned on there. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.